is real cold today. Right. Okay, so welcome back to day 2 of the Fatman builds. Now, fortunately, I made some decisions in the time in between. Today we're going to be finishing off the trigger group on the launcher and making this relatively functional. And then after that, I'm going to redesign that. We've got the length right, but it's just not right and I don't like it. So I'm going to redesign the trigger because I basically want to make that the back of it, or that the back of it, so I've got a stick there. And then I have something solid to pull against. So if we do that, grab some chalk. So we're about there. So about that kind of shape. Yeah. So yeah, the usual of this. Well, okay, I'm late today. I was doing stuff, so it really is cold down here today. Just a little bit off the top. Once it's in there, it'll be a nicer trigger than what we had. It just needs to be like that long, so it's going to be a 3-finger trigger because the guard shape is atrocious. We don't really need to worry too much about trigger shape because it's going to have a stick stuck down the back of it. That stick's mostly for strength, so it should be fine. Yes. Thank you. 100%. There's Twitch telling me I can use my tablet instead. It's fine. It's all set up. Don't worry. So now I'm going to need to get a little stick poking through there and turn the heating off. But so basically, I'm going to have to drill a little hole through here and put a stick through. And that's going to be the pivot that the thing runs on. Now, unfortunately, I was in a rush to get here, so I don't have everything ready at the start. You know, it's a move that surprises nobody, but... Okay, heating you can turn off. Thank you, though. Nope, you're going to get louder. Okay. Okay, get a drill and yeah, battery pack will work. In case of brands, if you don't want your name used on my, if you don't want your stuff used on my stream, stop putting your name on everything. It's an obvious lesson. I'm going to be using tools, right? So let's just see how it's going to end up around that area, which means that we're going to need a hole just above the top. Let's hope that this is big. Oof, that's close. Now, if I was drilling anything tougher than EVA foam, I'd be wearing protective glasses, but EVA foam really is not that tough. So basically we're cutting off about there-ish. Wow, okay, I did not break that far enough. I'm evidently a bit wussier than I used to be. It's not really a problem, but when it comes to cutting stuff, it does make me less effective. There you go. Okay, so that side, so we're going to want it like that, basically. Just sticking downwards. So we'll have 1 centimetre this side, so it's around that area, and 2 this side, so it's going to be about that area. Wow, that ended up pretty good. Okay, just tack that on there. Tack it on over here. Now if I break this into thirds, good enough. So it doesn't really matter, I'm just using this to make a solid rail, like along there, and a little bit on the other side, so that when this is acting and like turning, or when it's going, it'll be acting against the wood, not the foam, so it won't pull out easily. Now a big bunch of rubber bands, because I got these years ago for a project I never did. They'd have been useful, but pop you down like that. Okay, so basically it's going to be like that type of action, so it'll spring back forwards. But that's not going to work, so if we do that, that's a little triangle into it, so the thing will fit. One over, one under. Doesn't matter as long as it doesn't impede the motion of the trigger from working. So put those two on. Like that. Okay, so we just need to spring back forwards. Here, I'm okay. So of course we just like stick those down. I tend to be a little bit more rough with hot glue, but and put that in. Of course, that's going to create a little bit of a problem at the end, but you'll be okay. tape over. Oh, sorry, black glue. Now this one I've got to hold because it's holding up tension. I will be streaming tomorrow, yes. It's sort of working. I've done worse. Will it actually close is the question. No, too high. That's fine. As long as the bit I break off isn't important, I'm okay with it. Okay, that should work now. Okay, that's working. Right. Now am I right to be starting to stick this down? Do I need anything else to go in there? I don't think so, no. There's only one area I've got to be careful with, and that is here, because that has to line up. Like that. Once that bit's lined, or once that bit's dry, should be okay. Otherwise, it's just lining the edges up. I'm not entirely sure how long I'm going for today. I mean, usually I drive for 2 hours, but I'm already tired, so we'll see. Yep, that's the... Whoa, okay, that's the wrong one. Might have picked up the wrong tape. I meant this one. Let's keep going down here. Those on. How far did I go to there? Stick that down, get a little bit on the end so we can carry on. I mean, that side's an absolute mess for now, but I'll come back to that later. this back bit here, oh sorry, I knocked over my robot. A little spot made specifically on the ear where it has no function because there's no conventions. Okay, so that's should hold. I can correct anything that goes wrong in there. Okay, I'll pop over to the other side. Do this specifically pressing down on a flat surface so it remains flat. Because I don't want this thing to end up really wonky. There's nothing wrong with being wonky, but when you try to get something launched down a rail, if it's all twisted, it's not going to look so good. I don't think they use so much tape as this, but you do use a lot of duct tape, I guess. That's not straight. Oops. Actually, it's not that bad, considering my straight edge. That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. So on the upside now we can take these bits off back and accept the fact that I completely bolted something up last time. That's fine. Okay, any of these edges loose because one of them like pulled up. Anywhere else loose that I should know about? Back up. Okay, that should be okay. I mean, no, but it's close. That's fine. Spare bit this size. No, I don't. Whoops. Oh. Being lazy this time. Much quicker to get like that. not quite stable. I'll give it that. Okay, stick you on there. Where do we get that? That's why I love making one-off prototypes. You get to just do that for a construction technique. Whereas for like a full build, that is atrocious. Never do it. Always make sure to not cut towards your thumb. Nice bead of glue around there. Okay, and you face upwards. Yeah, there's now a back on it. Right. Now this cut, which is going to be the nastiest of the whole thing. Okay, that's going to need some cleaning up at the end, but this isn't actually that big of a table, but it is taking up basically the entire room. I have to like switch sideways between the walls. It's like this is taking up the majority of the table. And to be fair, I think that's the edge of it. I just have the camera floating way above. Okay, so that's all drying. That's going like that now. Okay, now we need to make this section, which is just a plate, I believe. Okay, that wasn't good, but we'll cook with it. So, how long are we? "25 centimeters. Almost the right size. Let's just move you there. Just 25 centimeter. So you come down there and 25. Yeah, that's. Tell you what, no. Let's waste as little as possible. I mean, I'm going to need more of this at some point. interesting to cut this, but fruit cuts the edge off. Probably the wrong edge, knowing me, but don't worry about it. Little bits because I made a mess of it earlier. Okay, and that, which starts off about, sorry, focus this bit first. 2-ish centimeters behind. I wonder what the center of this is going to be. So 3.5, put a line down the center. This should probably be about 2. Line down the center. Okay, and starting up 3 centimeters afterwards. Out the way. Get that out of the way. And put you there. And you're down there at the back. Stick all them over, that'll be fine. Okay, that'll work. The only other thing we need is the pillar in front, and that is going to be, where's my ruler? So to the center, it's going to be 4 centimeters. So just over 4 like that. Three and a half, and 3.5. Grab the drill and go through that. There are easy ways to do that. I certainly am doing it the hard one. But I don't want to take the risk of it messing up because I'll fix it later. Okay, all of that should be dry now. The hot glue doesn't keep you hot that long. bad when I leave it on for like for the rest of the week though. Oh, this back section, let's clean that. There's a lot of mistakes back here. Fortunately, nothing I can't handle because I've done it all before. There you go. Off that little bit there, that's not nice. But apart from the one very obvious mistake, it's mirrored. Oh, it's a left-hander now. It's fine. It's fine, because we're going to have to stick the little thing up there for the side. Oh, sorry, no, for the, what's it called? The little gauge that tells you, the little pressure gauge. I don't want to build that section, the little trigger guard, or that yet, because they're going to be, one, a lot of work, and two, like, really difficult on this. Oh well. Little pillar on. So that's the right height for that. Oh, that is close. What does that thing actually look like? Reference image. Okay. So I'm going to have to actually hide it in there. So I think if we put it back to like this length, then like we'll cut out up to there. Hopefully no one will notice, and that is one of the main tricks of cosplay. Just hope nobody notices. Just chuck it in like that, and take a little bit off the edge. Where's my scissors? Do that. And a little bit more over here because there you go. You can barely tell I stuck something in there, right? Okay, now I need 3 little holes going up the length. Okay, fine. I don't know what fell over. Something did. Okay, so that's one through. This is going to have all the structural support of, well, jelly. But it doesn't matter. It's literally just there for looks. Come on, cut through. Oop, it's starting to come. Yeah. Okay, so back to this stuff. The low quality stuff always comes in useful, so I don't chuck it. Okay, how much further would I need it to be? How convenient, almost exactly half. And a little bit off the top, because go on that side, and same down this side. Why didn't I get them slightly off? A little bit around the top here. That little bit off the top, Make it look like it's intentionally made that way. Got a little grip for the front. It's not the best, but I've cut a load of these, so there should be quite a few around here that I'm missing then. That one will do it, actually. And that little bit pointless detail just sticks on there. It's all that work just for that little handle. Okay, then there you go. It works. I mean, the trigger guard's still missing. That's going to be really soft, so I'm going to add it right at the end. Oh. Problem is, I'm actually making good progress. I didn't plan to. Where's my drink? I'll paint it when I'm finished, but it's going to be quite some time for that. This thing's not even close to done yet. We can still run up there, so that's fine. Oh, that's probably what fell over, wasn't it? The bottle. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably like a good 2 days painting on this thing, like just for the first coat. Right. So I've got to remember is I've mirrored it, so yeah, we're about right for that. I mean, there's more work to do on it, but yeah. Okay, where is... I'm just cycling through reference pictures, by the way. So we need this side. So it's about here the little dial is. It's stuck on there at about that height. Yeah, definitely use high density for this one. Well, I already have several of them. But I do intend to make another one to stick on this at the end. Okay, what size do I need? 1.5? That's my third iteration of it. So I don't always roll the bad bits up in the middle. Yeah. Right, so outwards it's going to be about 4 centimeters lengthwise. So 2 4x2s I'm going to need. Let's do this properly. Start off from a straight line or it'll be a mess. Two, and 4 and 8. 4 and 8. And one like that. Okay, so get those two. Okay, arrange that somewhere it's not going to fall on me. Okay, just stick that bit on. I know it looks very much like it's a 90-degree bit there, but I'm going to put a little thin sheet on the back that'll make it look like it's a bent piece of metal, not just one solid bit. But yeah, it looks about right. A little bit short. Yeah, no, it only goes halfway out. I don't need the full thing. So I now need a big circle. Are you going to be big enough? Okay, bye. Have a good day, or night, pretty much, at this point. So that's going to be too small. So we get the one pipe bigger. Thank you for coming. Grab this and roll that up there. In you go. Yeah. Come on. Thank you. Here's the right side. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, looks about right. In one. Oh no, I'm not going. I'm just I'm just walking around to grab stuff. Is that good enough? Yeah, it's the right size. I just cut cut it wrong. Whoops. Whoops. Ah, it's a much nicer circle, that colours. Just keep going. How thick is this thing supposed to be? Yeah, it's definitely like 2 of these thick. Then plus the little bit on the end. So. There. Hopefully that sticks. Whoops. This method was not designed for stuff this way. Yeah. Okay, so we go with plan B. Plan B is easier and simpler. We stick that on, get a pair of scissors, cut around. No veneer stuff then. What was I doing when I got my supplies last time? I'd like to have it in the stalks. There it is. Yeah. I got some last time. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Much better. Just keep rolling that around a little bit. And of course take that off. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit on the back. Okay, just stick that down. Around, and now that looks relatively like a dial. How far out is it supposed to be? Oh, it's up. First reference, please. It's not that far off, so... Oh yeah, I already grabbed one. Ah. Stick the little thing on. I mean, it's the wrong size, but I had two choices, and it was too big or too small. I think I chose the right one. Of course, just chuck a little bit on here. As with most cosplays, a lot of the work is just making it look like it's okay. Ooh, you're not supposed to be moving. Okay, it didn't do any damage. We're okay. Let's just cut this little bit around there. And a little bit more. There. So yeah, we're starting to get cobwebs everywhere, but that's normal with hot glue. You've got to go through, grab them all at the ends. So we've now got the little dial on the front. There's nothing on the dial yet, but that's going to be much later. So next up is the stupid thing that. Okay, side on. Yep. Thank you. I'm trying, at least. Okay, so this is something I've got to get right the first time. I only have one of these. Yeah. Is there any... no, there isn't really any detailing underneath, so I don't need to worry that much. But yeah, we can make it the full length, so. Okay, yes, that'll sort of work. yes. Just cut about there. Yes. Then this is cut that direction. Yes, because it goes like that. Then this bit strikes on there. So cut that one at about 45 degrees. And of course those two go together. That one turns about here. So where's my tape? Under there, of course it is. It's there. Then this one here is cut 45 degrees up. That one to 45 because it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to stick that one. This is going to involve a lot of work to what are you saying sorry about? You haven't done anything wrong. About there. It's okay, most of the time I'm just talking to myself, trying to decide how to do it. So because I'm making up, I'm just talking to myself and just go, yep, that's a bit forward here, a little bit there. So like that. Yep. And you end about here. Okay, so all of that can be stuck now. Well, I would say good luck to you if you're going to learn it. I can only speak one language and I'm not that great at it. That we've got 4 down the length of that, so we need I think I got this one right. Yeah. they are about here, 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 and here for the supports. Put it on. So I mean that's there for convenience sake, but just nobody will know it's there because it's not necessary. Okay, so that's the bit I need to save. It's 2 of them. It's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just in case, if I want to put another one in. Quite some time since I heard about Medieval. That's definitely a game from my childhood. Like a lot of people didn't get it. I'm on that list. I had the demo. I enjoyed it, but I also didn't realise that demos could be bought as games. And yeah, I had the demo disc for the PS1 back in the day. But I didn't really play the game because I didn't know the game existed. My parents were not big fans of technology. Okay, so you swap that back because it still isn't done. You pretty much know it ends up going 90 degrees in, so that we get this little bit here. Oh wow, no, you just go straight down, don't you? Oh. Whoops. So this section was supposed to end here. The question is, do I move it forwards or not? It's gonna be an interesting fix. Yeah, okay. It's definitely the type of thing I do because I don't want to get it wrong. Whoops. Well, this is going to require luck. Sad, I only noticed this when I got to the pipe. I think I lost some of my supports, but you know, I didn't. I'm okay. I can do this. To break those supports a little bit. This, kids, is why you do a proper layer diagram before you start. Okay, was I stingy enough for this to work? Okay, let's recut it. Admittedly, the entire thing being mirrored, I can't be bothered to correct, but literally that whole thing being in the wrong spot needed correcting now. better. Now I need to cut this to 45. No, that way. It's literally one of those things you get one shot at it. It's like dillies. And as per usual in cosplay, we'll pretend that did not happen. Oh, don't do that. I find like 90% of this hobby is just like, yeah, but it doesn't happen. It's fine. And it is just before the end. I swear it was. I looked a second ago. Yeah, it drops in just before the end, so about there. Just like that. Little dab on both sides. Down there and there. At least I hope that's the right one, because if I've... Right. Yeah, I thought we'd need another one. And a little tack back there just to keep it in place, because this fake pipe does not want to stay together. It'll stay where it is. Okay, and we are doing much better now. Okay, so we've now got one pipe running down it. It is still wildly impractical, but apart from that minor redesign, yes, minor redesign, just rip the whole thing to pieces, it'll be fine. You're getting too hot, you're going off. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing the other big pipe yet. That's much too far back. Okay, so that one's not usable anymore. That one's not usable. That one is, and we're now ending up here. The front. On the upside, the ball's got smaller. Ooh, I'm going to need to hide more supports in the net. Thank you. This has taken some unexpected turns, but relatively decent. Just trying to decide which bit to go for next. Okay, well, we've got it here. No. Are we? Right, let's... A few circles into 10 now. That feels like the right thing to do next. Work. Ooh. And wasting as little as possible, which is always a good thing. Well, there we go. One. And then you realise you need to do it into 5mm because you weren't paying attention properly. Fine. I have a lot of stuff in here now that I'm knocking over. This is why I tidy up at the end every session, because if I don't, I end up with just mess everywhere and it makes a ton of racket whenever I move. No. That'll do. And we need 2 for the other side. So. Okay, that's better. Well, I'm not hitting the camera and you can barely tell I'm smashing the light around quite as much as I am, so... I will gladly take the I didn't hit anything award. Got one up there. One there. Same on this side. That way. Pretty well so far. Feels a bit too small for that, that's all. I don't know. I think I might redesign it a bit, might make it bigger. It's definitely the way I want to go, so I might. But now I need to do the bottle down the back. The bottle down the other side. How am I going to do it? back of the bottle starts off here. Front is like by here, so we've sort of got that kind of arrangement going on. Oops, it's just going underneath. Oh well. Out here we've got the up and around type dilly like that, and here we have an up and around type dilly like that. So what diameter does this bottle have? Is it going to be more or less than the whole side? And it also needs to be about do I have one between them? Because that's too close in size. I'll go back. Okay, so it's between the two of them. Likely to be that. Phones. 21, 52. Bigger or smaller? Okay, yeah, that's about right. Oh, the pipe's getting more use than I thought it ever would. So how long is this thing? 35 centimetres, give or take a little. I'm not going to be using that pipe, by the way, that would be silly. Okay, grab that back out. That's useful. That thing's move, it will get sliced to shreds if I do that. Okay, grab that. Oh wow, okay, that's almost that's 38, 38. We're using one smaller. If we draw it down by 20, we should be fine. So make it all the way down there. Always have a little extra just in case. You never know when you're just going to mess up. Okay, yeah, it's only a tiny bit long. That's fine. Just chuck that over there. Right. Just lightly stick that on. I really need to like make less mess. Pull it in. Okay, that'll give me a good length to start with. So about 13. I definitely see why I don't go for longer than an hour or two usually. It may have something to do with the fact that I'm an absolute mess. Well, I make an absolute mess. Now I can move right back. Quite a nice pipe, that. Now I've just got to run that down the way. A little seam down here. Just get another line.
I mean, it'll never bear pressure, but it's not supposed to, because it's a prop. I mean, as long as you're like relatively safe with it, you should be able to keep its shape without being damaged. You know, that side you've got all of this work, all the rest of that stuff, and you've got a big tank that sits there on the side. Is the image still there? Nope, that's the wrong side. I think it's that one. I think it's this, that bit, or the yellow tank off to the side. Just, you can't see my cursor, but it's the yellow tank off to the side there. But mine's completely mirrored from the original, unfortunately. It's of course too long in its current shape, but so yeah, there's quite a delay on the stream, so I just over-explain just to make sure. I'm guessing on the actual thing in game, it's actually a propellant tank, considering the warnings on it and the way that it's wired in. Come on, off you go. One there, and the second end is here-ish. I made it slightly too long when I made it, like specifically for this. So I can cut it down, don't need to worry about it. When I was planning this, I expected it to be heavier, so, whoops. about there-ish, I think. So that thickness there and there. I still have a knife. I can get better cuts with the knife. So we've got that. So let's do this a little bit. These out. These bits don't matter as much because they're not going to be visible in the end. Like that. Just take that little bit off the end. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Like that, and drop down there. And swap them around. There you go. And one more for the back. Close enough. I really think I should have one up at the front as well. These aren't actually supposed to be there, but I know exactly what I'm dealing with here, and this is not good. This pipe's not strong. Yeah, maybe one more for the back. That's definitely no.
be protected by something else, but there you go. Oh, you're a little bit too high. There you go. It'll sit there. Let's get a bit of tape. Hopefully all of these bits will be hidden, so I don't need to worry so much. Okay, so we've got a bit on the side now at least. Hopefully all those bits I added for support should be hidden underneath the actual support brackets. But designing that lid is going to be difficult. But, I mean, it comes out here, there are 2 supports, so let's see if I can get a smaller drill bit. That'll work. So I mean, we don't need one there, so we need to drill here. Then we need another one about here. How long do I have left? Oh, I've got 10 minutes left before I go. Because I really need to stop and think about this. I'm starting to make bad decisions. Okay, so about there. Actually, no, that's not. Actually, yeah, because it comes out like that. Why didn't I keep a saw with me? No, I actually don't have a saw. Well, next time I set up a studio. Oh, I do have the saw. And wire cutters. That makes my life way easier. I'm going to put a hole through that someday. Unfortunately, I'd planned this bit ages back, so I was thinking, like, how am I going to do that? Because this is going to be a real bit of work. So we've got those two, like that. Now, hopefully, so we get a little bit of this. Oh, this table is a disaster. I really need to work on it. That on like that. Get a little circle done. Then come out here. Let's follow the path of this pipe. So it comes out about this far. Here, just redo that. I'm going to have to use the long bit because that's all we got. Okay, so if you do that, and cut that carefully, then and a little more. So here comes the scary bit. way, that's not going to happen. The material isn't tough enough to drill. I tried, but that's not happening. We'll just cut that off there because there's going to be a bit there for it to attach into that I haven't made yet. In fact, it could well end up about there, but I'm just giving it a length just so we know. Anything else that needs to go onto this? You know, apart from it being tidied up. Good, it's getting better. Just put this on top. We can see if it looks the part yet. So I thought it looked really small, but with that on, that actually looks about right. But you know, it starts off about there, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's much better than my last one. Right, those should have dried. And conveniently that is time. So I'm going to finish up there. I'll be back tomorrow for more Mario. I'm really proud that goes in. And I should be back to making this again next week. So thanks for coming, and well, hopefully see you next time. Let's turn this off so I remember. Okay. So, and no, the question is he still alive? Oh, it's not where I said. Okay, so see you tomorrow. I will be working again, so thank you, and yeah, bye.